From surprise confessions to viral chaos, the life of a showgirl took over everything. In just 1 week, Taylor Swift turned an album release into the most talked about moment of her career. The night the world turned showgirl.
I'm just vibing. This is the release week of this album. I'm just riding this wave.
It started like a fever dream. 1,000 flashbulbs, velvet ropes, and that slow hush before the scream. The night The Life of a Showgirl dropped, the streets around the release party looked less like a red carpet and more like a pilgrimage. Fans camped outside holding handmade signs that said, "Make me a showgirl too." Someone even bought a disco ball on a stick because, well, why not? It's Taylor Swift.
Taylor Swift's The Life of a Showgirl breaking single-day streaming records. It's now the most streamed album so far this year for Spotify and Amazon. Swift hitting that milestone within hours of its release today. This is the Grammy winner's 12th studio album.
By midnight, the album was already breaking records. The biggest streaming day of the year, #1 across every platform. Spotify crashed for some users, but Swifties didn't panic. They called it a spiritual experience. On TikTok, clips of fans dancing in pajamas under LED lights filled feeds. Showgirl mode activated became the phrase of the night, spreading faster than a champagne spill at the party itself. The Fallon frenzy, where it all exploded.
Welcome back, everybody! Taylor Swift is joining us. Her new album, The Life of a Showgirl, is out now.
When Taylor stepped onto The Tonight Show starring Jimmy Fallon, it was a full-blown pop culture event. Fallon introduced her like she was royalty returning to reclaim her throne. The biggest streaming day of the year, Taylor Swift. The audience screamed like the Eras tour had never ended. Taylor, glowing and playful, talked about how the album was a secret Christmas present she'd been hiding for a year. Fallon laughed, calling it the loudest intro in the history of this show. Fans watching live were quick to turn it into a meme. Screenshots of Fallon's face mid-scream captioned, "Me when Taylor drops another surprise track." Then Fallon switched gears to the part everyone was waiting for, the rumours. A buzzer game called That's So True, where Taylor confirmed Ed Sheeran found out about her engagement on Instagram. The crowd roared. "He doesn't have a phone," she said, laughing. "He has to borrow an iPad." Cue memes of Ed with an iPad labelled Breaking Swift News Device. And when Fallon asked about turning down the Super Bowl, she didn't dodge, she dazzled. "Jay-Z's always been amazing to me," she said, "but I'm in love with a man who plays that sport. That's violent chess, gladiators without swords." The crowd gasped. She smiled. "Can you imagine me doing choreography while he's risking his life? No, I'm too locked in." That line became an instant classic. Within hours, fans clipped it with gladiator music. On TikTok, people joked, Taylor writing sonnets while Travis fights for Sparta. The Life of a Showgirl, the album that shook streaming. The core of Taylor's new album, The Life of a Showgirl, hit different. Gone were the tortured poets of her last record. This was neon confidence, humour, and heart. Taylor called it the character of the showgirl. Feisty, flirty, tongue-in-cheek. It's a mix of glam and grit, a reflection of a woman who's finally comfortable owning every part of herself, from heartbreak to headlines.
It's like, do you just wake up in the middle of the night and go, opalite?
Yeah, that's literally how it happens.
And you write it down?
Yeah, I mean, it's like, it's in the night, it's in the day.
When Taylor started talking about opalite, the audience went silent, then wild. She explained it was about creating your own happiness, like a man-made gem. Fans online called it a song that heals your broken parts. One post on X read, "She just taught me that joy isn't found, it's built." That line alone trended for hours.
Sort of like I want to do a throwback kind of timeless sounding song, and I have this idea about I ain't gotta knock on wood, and we would knock on wood and it would be all these superstitions. And it really started out in a very innocent place.
Then came Wood, a cheeky vintage sound with Taylor laughing about how it started innocent and went off the rails. Fans were obsessed. TikToks exploded with edits calling it her most daring track since Reputation. Someone wrote, "Taylor's out here manifesting chaos with a smile."
That song was so much fun to write. So it's like, protege mentor and the relationship between the two, right? And the power dynamics.
But father figure is where jaws dropped. She said it was inspired by the power games between mentors and proteges, even name-dropping Succession. Fans instantly drew parallels to the music industry itself. One viral comment said, Taylor just exposed to the dark side of fame using poetry. And when she sang The Fate of Ophelia, the room froze. Her voice cracked mid-line, and people swore they saw tears in her eyes. By the end, she laughed, proud, saying, "It's so fun to have fun." The Graham Norton Roundtable, a pop queen among legends.
This singer-songwriter broke every record in the book with her sold-out Eras tour, and now she's back with her 12th album, The Life of a Showgirl. It's the biggest pop star on the planet. Please welcome Taylor Swift!
Before the chaos of release week reached full storm, Taylor sat on the Graham Norton show couch next to Cillian Murphy and Jodie Turner-Smith, cool as a queen who's already conquered. Graham called it a world-class lineup, and Taylor matched that energy with champagne humour.
The one that I feel I ought to graduate is the new bit of finger jewellery.
The hardware upgrade?
Yes!
Right away, Norton joked about her hardware upgrade, that engagement ring again, and she just laughed. He crushed it, she said, literally turned the backyard into a secret garden. The clip of Norton pretending to faint was replayed 1,000,000 times before the night ended. Then came the deeper talk about her album, about making it during the European leg of her tour. It was chaos, she said. 3 shows, then straight to Sweden to make 3 songs. Fans online started calling her the sleepless showgirl, posting side-by-sides of her performing one night and recording in the studio the next morning. When Graham played a clip of The Fate of Ophelia, the first single, the audience went silent. Then applause hit like thunder. "It's my dad's favourite," she smiled, "and my fiancé's." The crowd cheered louder. The internet melted again.
I mean, you were writing these songs while the Eras tour was going on.
Yes, I was writing it during the European leg, which was last summer, and it was actually like the craziest schedule that we had on the European tour.
But her most powerful moment came when she talked about the Eras tour and her fans. "I wanted to over-deliver," she said. "If they dedicate any part of their lives to coming to see me, I want to give more than they expect." By the time Norton mentioned she now owns all her masters, the crowd was on their feet. "I sent my mum and brother to get them back," Taylor said proudly. "They did it." The audience roared. Swifties turned it into gospel. One fan tweet read, "She didn't send lawyers, she sent family." It became a rallying cry for independence, the Swift way. Late Night with Seth Meyers. Red, power, and pure joy.
As of this weekend, she is the first artist in history to simultaneously debut at #1 at the box office, Billboard 200 and Hot 100. Her 12th Life of a Showgirl is officially the top album debut of all time, selling over 3.5 million copies in just 5 days.
By October 8th, Taylor had completed the holy trinity of talk shows. On Late Night with Seth Meyers, she arrived not as a celebrity, but as a phenomenon wrapped in calm brilliance. Seth introduced her as the only artist to debut #1 on the box office, Billboard 200, and Hot 100 simultaneously. The audience erupted like confetti cannons.
I mean, this is my 12th album release. So I think it's absolutely been my favorite one so far. I'm blown away.
Taylor spoke about how this was her favorite album release ever. "It's the first time I've had my mum, dad, and brother with me the whole week," she said. "They're the VIPs of all VIPs." Well, that moment went viral. Swifties turned clips of her family laughing backstage into montages captioned "Family Goals, Swift Edition."
I feel like this is an intervention on behalf of your friends and family.
Yeah, I thought it might be.
Everybody's excited about the bread. The bread puns
have to stop.
Yeah, this is great. I mean, again, I got bread from Taylor Swift, but then it said, "Are you ready for this?"
Yeah.
She even got comedic, revealing her new obsession with baking bread. "I've made it everyone's problem," she laughed. "I put puns on the loaves." Meyers joined in, saying, "I got one that said, 'Are you ready for this?'" The internet exploded with fan edits of Taylor kneading dough to, ready for it, #BreadSwift. The BBC Capital Breakfast Chat.
Oh, I see what's happening now. The ASMR of the bread bag.
Would you like to explain?
Yeah, so I've been baking, and so I brought Greg some sourdough because it's lemon blueberry, which I think is like a really nice variation.
Taylor Swift brought her signature charm to BBC's Capital Breakfast, arriving with a lemon blueberry sourdough loaf and a wedding invite for Greg James. "I just can't stop talking about bread sometimes," she laughed, as clips of the moment racked up millions of views within hours. Fans loved seeing Taylor's playful side before the conversation turned to her new album.
As well.
I feel the same way about you.
And the album reflects your mood, which is, I think you're probably feeling quite giddy.
Yeah.
I think you're feeling bright and happy and sweary, which I really liked in some of the tracks on the album.
Yeah.
It's big, happy pop.
Yeah.
And you're in love.
The life of a showgirl reflects her current happiness, love and joy, which Taylor described as bright, fun and full of teeth. She shared how she sprinkled Easter eggs throughout the album, from Hamlet-inspired lyrics to references in the Ophelia painting cover, revealing a deep level of detail and personal connection. Taylor also hinted at sharing the record with Travis, giving fans an intimate peek into her personal world. Closing on a heartfelt note, Taylor said, "After everything, joy is the most rebellious thing we can feel." The interview perfectly blended humor, music, and personal insight, leaving fans thrilled and sharing clips across social media. She came, she stole the spotlight, she owned it all.